What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Watch Dealers. I'm Lewis, one of the owners here at TWD, and today I want to share with you the common mistakes people make when building their watch collection and buying watches. So, let's take a little time and talk a little watches. Before we get started, we got to do that wristwatch check though, right? Today I'm wearing a JLC Reverso. This is a duo face, the older model of the day-night. This one has the chronograph style pusher for the independent adjustment of the second time zone. I think it adds just a little bit of bulk and sportiness to an already very dressy watch. I love this piece. This is one of my personal collections, so won't be for sale on TWD, but we do have a very new JLC coming in store this week. We have an ultra thin moon. It's going to be amazingly priced. Make sure you stick to the website and have a look at that piece. Alrighty, so let's talk about the mistakes that are commonly found when building out a watch collection or buying watches. We hear these kind of things quite a lot from collectors and from buyers, so I want to share with you the most common things that people regret when buying a new watch or a pre-owned watch. The first one, don't rush. Don't buy these watches on impulse. This is a lot of money. Whether $2,000, $500, $25,000 is a lot of money to you, buying a watch is a big purchase. So take your time and do your research. It's really important to understand how a watch will fit on your wrist, whether you're getting a good deal on the piece, what the pricing should be like. Really try and take your time, guys. There's nothing worse than buying a watch and then 2 months down the line, realizing you don't actually love that piece. Look, I've been victim of this myself. When I first got into watches, I went through so many watches. I was buying a piece probably every 2 months. And I'd buy it, think I loved it, and then move it on, because ultimately I didn't do my research properly when I started out. So if you're just starting out or embarking on a new adventure in watch collecting, take your time. Make sure you know what you're looking at, make sure you know you're getting a good deal, and be sure to make sure you love that watch. Second, don't buy the hype. Guys, we all know someone like this, don't we? Their collection consists of all the hottest Rolexes and they're the biggest watch guy. Look, that's not for everyone. Don't buy the watch just because everyone else loves that watch. You'll end up with spending way too much money on pieces that you don't connect with. This kind of rolls into point number one, taking your time doing your research, but really important here. There are a lot of very hyped up watches in the industry at the moment. Things like the Royal Oak, every Rolex sports model that comes out. The Nautilus even now, we're seeing some stupid pricing on the Nautilus. If you don't love that watch and you're about to spend 5, 10, hey, in the case of the Nautilus, nearly $100,000, you may be making a big mistake. If you're buying a watch because everyone else thinks that watch is amazing, take a second thought about it. Do you think it's amazing? This is really important because you don't want to end up with a collection of 6 or 7 watches that you don't love and everyone else thinks is amazing. Number 3, guys, don't be afraid of smaller brands. Don't be afraid of micro brands. You don't have to spend big money with big brands to get big watches. If you've only got $500 or less, then look at micro brands. You're getting automatic movements, manual wind movements in most cases. In a lot of cases now, these micro brands are pushing design. So it's not just the Submariner clones that we're used to, those cheap AliExpress style Submariner clones. Right now, people like Zelos are doing amazing things for silly pricing. Silly pricing. Don't be afraid to look at brands like that. You may find that there's a hell of a lot of value out there for you, and you can build up a collection of great watches from brands no one's ever heard of that have been around for a little while and are likely going to stay around. The microbrand industry at this point is booming, so don't ignore it, guys. And lastly, don't buy new. Now that sounds a little silly because we all know there are exceptions to this rule. If you get offered the Daytona at retail and you've got $17,000 in your bank account, buy the Daytona. Walk across the road and sell it to me and double your money. They're the exceptions, guys. We all know them. Nautiluses, if you can get them now. Royal Oaks, Rolex sports models. If you can buy those new, buy them new. Everything else, do your research, get a better price, buy it pre-owned. So many times you can find the same watch, essentially brand new, for 30, 40, even 50, 60% off. There's nothing wrong with those pieces. They've still got the factory warranty. They're still brand new pieces. Why would you spend 30% more just for the privilege of buying it from your AD or the boutique? Buy pre-owned. It's the better play. You're going to keep your money invested in a better way long term if you buy pre-owned. Thank you for tuning into the Watch Dealers again, guys. I really appreciated your feedback and thoughts on the first video. Remember to have your say down below in the comments. Tell us your experience in buying watches. What mistakes have you made? What great plays have you made? I really appreciated the love that got shared our way last week. We're going to be seeing you here next week with even more great topics. Take care.
What's going on, everybody? Before we get started, customary wristwatch. That's Federico's line.